Strategies for cooling, strategies for hydration, strategies for optimizing the level of heat that an individual might experience.
Something written down and documented that's explained to every single person on that job site on how to respond when something bad happens. So we can utilize environmental monitoring to adjust work-to-rest ratios. We can mandate breaks based off of this data, and truthfully, the best plans encompass all of these components.
It's going to incorporate a lot of different tools that we have. WBGT and weather monitoring is definitely going to be one of those. We've seen that it is highly associated with heat illnesses, and if you implement modifications, you can reduce a lot of those heat illnesses.
Is going to be a safety huddle at the beginning of the day. The safety manager, the industrial hygienist can then communicate based on the environmental data that they've collected right when they got to work that day, how everything looks right now and what it might be predicted to look like during the rest of the day.
Focus on the action, like what the flag color is. Is it green? Is it yellow? Is it red? Is it black? And what to do in the event that you reach those levels.
When they're walking around with their Kestrel 5400, they can educate workers on how that is being used to protect them. And when everyone understands what's going on and why it's going on and why decisions are being made, you have a better work crew at the end of the day.
So with the Kestrel devices, you can have the programming in them to identify what region you're in, which will drive at what threshold you need to introduce modifications and what those are. So you can use the Link app to then communicate to your devices when those modifications need to go into effect.
If we can set up Kestrel devices at multiple points throughout a work site, it's going to allow that one person to monitor multiple sites at one time and essentially do their job more efficiently and effectively. Truthfully, one of the largest barriers to implementing some of these practices is that some people just aren't aware how easy it is. They think that it's going to add one more huge task to their to-do list for the day, that it's one more massive thing to manage. But truthfully, having alerts and have something that just comes right to your phone mitigates all of those concerns.
Barriers are excuses. Education is really important in terms of understanding how we can effectively impact and curb heat illnesses in this location and in these settings. We have that information already. It's just a matter of getting it out there to the right people who have the authority to enact it.
Knowledge is power, and if they are able to understand what the level of a WBGT or a flag color is, they should be able to stay safe and continue to work in the heat and ultimately go home to their family at the end of the day.
You need to have the buy-in of the individuals and why they need to do this and why it's important to comply with that too. And if they see something going on that might put one of their other fellow colleagues in harm's way, then they can speak up too.
Being able to educate workers on the signs and symptoms of heat-related injuries can actually help mitigate a lot of those from happening and also what happens after them.
One of the things that the Kestrel 5400 does offer to an occupational setting is the ability to monitor microclimates. And that allows you to make more informed decision for that specific worker in that location of your facility.
I think it's going to become commonplace in the labor world and in the occupational setting because the benefits are so obvious that we can't not have them.
There's a lot of great work already being done. There are a lot of companies and people who are doing this right and who are being advocates for change, for health, and for safety for all occupational workers. So using the Kestrel 5400 and the Kestrel Met 6400 is a really easy way to start making change.